So, this initiative to systematize assessment methodologies for post disaster needs assessment is really a laudable effort. I think good assessment, systematic assessment, which looks at all sectors, is really key to a good recovery program. If you don't assess the damages and losses and needs properly, how can we hope to launch a good recovery program? So I really appreciate NIDM's effort in this direction to systematize the PDNA methodology, make it rooted in the Indian context, and then organize this event to disseminate this methodology so that it can be used more broadly. It will go a long way in making the whole practice of not just assessments but also post-disaster recovery much more effective in the country.
The focus of this workshop is to disseminate the outcome documents of the study to all the relevant stakeholders so that they can use it as a reference document while carrying out memorandum after disasters. To adopt this new methodology of post-disaster needs assessment, in short PDNA, it is imperative that a team of core specialists from the state and national level are trained. This workshop will also discuss the issues and challenges faced by the states while adopting this scientific tool for carrying out estimation of loss and damage, along with the capacity gap for undertaking such a detailed exercise. NIDM is looking forward to welcoming all the participants.
I am happy to note that National Institute of Disaster Management is organizing a national workshop on post-disaster need assessment. During the last year, NIDM was given this important assignment to develop PDNA tool based on the best international practices by adopting the local conditions. This tool has been developed successfully by NIDM and has been uploaded on our website for wider dissemination amongst all the stakeholders. During this workshop, NIDM will demonstrate the outcome of the PDNA tool for better appreciation by the state government and how to apply in their local conditions.
Disaster management is a very complex subject. Pre-disaster, during disaster and post-disasters all have different mechanisms to handle disasters. Pre-disaster is largely a preparedness and mitigation risk reduction. During disaster is massively dependent on the response, relief and humanitarian assistance. The third is this post-disaster, which we are saying is a long-term recovery. And here the role of post-disaster need assessment comes in. Making a correct assessment, scientific assessment of disaster losses are very, very important when we have to prioritize investment for long-term recovery. Initially, the world was actually working on the very conventional methods, but after the Economic Commission for Latin America, they started this. Gradually, world has gone into the professional way of assessment. So in the same way, India, National Institute of Disaster Management took this initiative 4 years ago for having a kind of a scientific system for assessing disaster losses. So PDNA tool, which we have developed, will be used for making a long-term recovery and also making that direct, indirect and opportunity cost loss assessment.